When my mom was pregnant with me, my parents were told they were going to have a boy.
Yes, I'll have 2 sons!
My dad, a former military instructor with Hulk-like muscles, immediately started doing push-ups right in the ultrasound room.
Don't mind him. That's how my husband expresses joy.
When Mom and Dad told my brother Logan he was going to have a baby brother, he cheered like he'd just been promised a free trampoline park pass for life. Yay! We will play together! They chose the name Theodore for me and couldn't wait to welcome a new son to their family. But the doctor had made a mistake, and they got me instead. Hi everyone, I'm Theodora, or just Theo. No one really minded. No one except Logan.
She's healthy, and that's all that matters. I will love my little princess.
And I'll have a little helper.
Ugh, girls are yucky. When our relatives came over to congratulate my parents, it was a bit awkward. They brought gifts, blue balloons, blue diapers, and toys for a boy.
Where is our little Theodore? We can't wait to see him.
There is no Theodore.
Meet Theodora.
Of course, they still left the gifts. Soon enough, I started to crawl around in diapers with cars on them and play with robots. Logan even warmed up to me. Then Christmas came. Mom put a gigantic bow on my head for a family photo shoot. It was so uncomfortable. I kept grimacing and fidgeting.
So cute. Kids, sit here for a moment. I'll get your father.
Shh, I'll save you, Theo. First, he cut his own hair and then mine. By the end of it, we looked like cute aliens. When Mom saw us, she almost went bald herself. Now playing with soldiers will be easier.
Look, my kids look like bowling balls.
That Christmas photo still makes my mom's eye twitch. Growing up as a miller was quite an adventure. Our family viewed life as a constant competition. Dad's eternal opponent was our neighbor, Mr. Douglas.
Whoever gets to the CAS register first wins.
Mom was fighting with the other housewives in our neighborhood for the title of the Queen of Roses. Logan competed with the other boys to see who could climb up a tree the fastest. I was no different. One day, our dad bet Mr. Douglas that Logan and I could win a race against his sons.
Theo and Logan will reach the end of the block faster. No, Sam and Dean will get there faster.
That day, Logan and I reached the finish line at the same time and beat our neighbors. Dad was so proud he jumped around like a kid.
Yes, my champions!
That memory means a lot to me. Being a miller wasn't always easy, but it was a heck of a lot of fun. I grew up idolizing Logan. I wanted him to see me as one of the boys. He was my hero, my teacher, and my protector all at once. Logan had become best friends with Sam, and I followed them everywhere. When they went camping, I went with them. When they climbed onto the roof of an old barn, guess who climbed right after them? You guessed it, it was me. One day, the three of us were catching frogs by a pond. Sam caught one and grinned. We should put it in Dean's bed. Ew, that's disgusting. Yeah, that's what makes it fun. You'd think Sam and Dean were enemies, not brothers. They were too different. Sam was an incorrigible troublemaker, and Dean was a quiet, serious guy. He would bury himself in books and scoff sarcastically whenever someone made a simple mistake. When we got home, Dad took us to the garage and surprised us with a gift. Our first kids' pit bikes. Whoa, awesome! Thanks, Dad!
I think I'll make a cherry pie.
It was Mom's way of coping with anxiety. The wilder Dad's ideas got, the more pies we got. Sam got a pit bike too. The three of us had joined a motocross club. Everything was perfect, until I got better at riding the bike than my brother. At first, I overtook him when we practiced. Then, for the first time, I beat him and won an orienteering competition. After that, I stood up to a bully at school on my own. Dad often proudly patted me on the shoulder and said,
"That's my girl, my champion."
Things between Logan and me got tense. My brother wanted an equal, but instead got a sister who was starting to surpass him in what he considered to be his territory. When I turned 14, things only got worse. At that time, my parents threw a party in our backyard to tell our relatives and neighbors my mom was expecting again. Logan and I had known about it for a while by then, of course.
Am I getting another grandson or another granddaughter? We decided not to ask. Let it be a surprise.
I made my way through the crowd to Logan and Sam. They were furiously discussing the upcoming camping trip. It was going to take place that weekend. I've already packed.
The trip's for boys only. It would be too hard for girls.
Are you serious? I beat you both at last practice.
It's already been decided. Don't argue with your brother, Pipsqueak.
It was a double blow. Not only did Logan stop seeing me as a friend, but Sam had also gotten into the stupid habit of calling me Pipsqueak. To my horror, I'd fallen for Sam a couple of years ago.
Welcome to the younger sibling league. No one takes us seriously.
Dean, you should get your head out of your books and look around sometimes. Logan and I are not like you and Sam. We are a team. Got it?
Sure. Does he know that? Maybe it's time you stop being Logan's shadow.
I wasn't usually harsh or rude, but Dean's attitude drove me up the wall. He always thought he was right. Why would I take a loser's advice?
At least I don't need the approval of my idiotic older brother.
I was about to tear out all the pages from Dean's book and enjoy his tears, but then Dad called me.
Someone rang the doorbell. It must be a pizza delivery. Theo, go get it.
I opened the door and saw Gemma, Logan's classmate and my eternal enemy. She was one of those perfect girls whose eyelashes looked like butterfly wings. She was also in love with Logan, except my brother didn't notice her. Gemma must have hoped Logan would open the door. As soon as she saw me, her charming smile slipped off her face. Theo? Oh, I happened to be passing by and decided to ask Logan for help with biology. This is the worst lie in history of mankind. Everyone knows Logan doesn't know anything about biology. That was true. When my brother heard that humans evolved from apes, he in all seriousness said,
That's weird. I don't remember being a monkey.
"Just get Logan here. Sorry, this is a private party for members of the Don't Pretend You're Smarter Than You Are club. See you never." With a sweet smile, I slammed the door shut in her face. The next day, Logan, Sam, and I heard something surprising from our coach at a motocross practice.
The winner of the upcoming competition will be the pride of our city. They will also meet the national champion at a sports festival. Do your best, Theodora.
Logan tensed up. The coach was already treating me as the likely winner. Of course, my brother wasn't happy about it. I even wondered if I should let Logan win so he'd regain his confidence. But then I heard Sam say,
Come on, man. If Theo wins, then she deserves it.
his words excited me even more than the noise of our engines. I realized that I had to fight. The wind whistled in my ears. The bike's wheels kicked up dust. Logan was breathing down my neck, but I reached the finish line first again.
Great job, Theodora. If you practice a bit more, you will set a new city record.
To my surprise, Sam approached me at school the next morning.
You know, I've always thought you were cool. Do you want to go to the spring dance with me?
I blinked at him like a goldfish. Really?
Only it's a dance. You'd have to look and act, well, like a girl. I get it if that's not your thing.
I can handle one evening in a dress and heels.
Great. By the way, I convinced Logan to take you with us this weekend. See you later.
He didn't call me Pipsqueak. I was so happy I almost squealed. And then I realized if I wanted Sam to like me, I had to learn how to be more girly. What did that mean though? Pink eyeshadow, nail polish? I decided to ask Mom for advice, but she and Dad were too busy preparing to welcome the new baby. Then I decided to ask Dean for help instead. He was smart, and I figured he'd have some good ideas. I found him under a tree. Dean was sitting with his face buried in an encyclopedia, looking like the whole world was annoying him. How do I get your brother to like me?
Don't even try. He's an idiot anyway.
Sometimes you're just... Ugh.
Likewise.
Talking to Dean didn't help. It was time for desperate measures. Gemma. She obviously knew a secret to making anyone fall in love with her. Anyone but my brother, of course. Is Theo Miller asking me for advice? The world has officially ended. Will you help me or am I wasting my time? Okay, but it's a quid pro quo. Help me spend time with your brother. I've got an idea. How do you feel about a romantic weekend in nature? I didn't mention that we were going camping. Gemma showed up looking like she was going on a relaxing trip to a villa.
What is she doing here?
Are you kidding me? Gemma and I are best friends. Joined at the hip.
Whatever. Let's go before it gets dark.
A camping trip? Are you nuts? I've kept my end of the deal. Now it's your turn. We made our way through the forest, and I tried to follow Gemma's advice. I moved gracefully like I was walking on a runway.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Well, you sure got his attention. Later, by the campfire, I tried to gracefully flip my hair, but hit Sam right in the face with it.
Ouch! Theo, what's gotten into you today?
Sorry. Meanwhile, Gemma was trying to get Logan to notice her. I made a mango smoothie this morning. Want another recipe?
Fascinating. I'm going to get some firewood.
In the evening, it turned out that Gemma had not brought a tent or warm clothes with her. Logan, could I borrow your jacket?
Jeez, why did you even come with us if you know nothing about camping?
Hey, don't be a jerk. That was rude. Gemma, let's go to my tent. It's warm in there. Thanks for standing up for me. I didn't expect that from you. I didn't expect it either. But girls need to stick together. After the camping trip, Gemma and I called a truce. She helped me pick a dress, did my makeup and hair. At the spring dance, I looked so radiant I didn't recognize myself in the mirror. Sam asked me to dance. We were laughing and spinning. It was a perfect evening. After that, we spent a lot of time together.
No more dresses for you then?
I've realized that I can dress up if an occasion calls for it, but in everyday life, I don't want to lose myself. Soon after that, I started to cancel extra practices to spend more time with Sam. Meanwhile, Logan trained like a man possessed. That was a problem.
Theo, do you really want to miss your chance because of this idiot? Get out of here!
Dean is right. Not about you being an idiot, but I do need to get ready for the next race. Let's do it together. Practicing with Sam felt magical. However, it made Logan furious. After all, now he was losing both his sister and his best friend. One day, he finally snapped.
Do you really think Sam has fallen for you? He did it all for me. I asked him to distract you from practicing.
His words stabbed me right through the heart. Sam was standing next to me, but didn't even try to explain himself. He just smirked. For him, it really was just a game.
You're both jerks.
When I came to school, I looked gloomy enough that no one dared to even say hello to me. Of course, there was one person who didn't let that stop her. I heard about what happened. Let's talk. I'm not in the mood. Then just listen to me. I've been pinning for a guy who doesn't like me for way too long. And you know what I learned? You shouldn't look for someone else's approval. Forget about him and shine at that competition. I froze. I couldn't help but smile. I used to think you were an airhead, but you're actually quite smart. You're not so bad yourself. After classes, I caught up with Dean and apologized to him. You were right. Sam is an idiot. And I'm an idiot too. I shouldn't have tried so hard to make him like me.
Say that again.
You were right.
Music to my ears.
I'm trying to apologize here.
I'm just kidding. Do what makes you happy, Theo. You're cool.
After talking to them, I felt much better. It was like a backpack full of bricks had fallen off my shoulders. I focused on practicing again. Logan and I didn't even look at each other, neither at home nor on the track. I think we both needed a break. The day of the race finally arrived. My parents, Dean, and Gemma came to watch. Logan, Sam, and I were on the track. There was tension in the air, and I was determined to win.
The pipsqueak thought I was in love with her. It's the joke of the century.
I gritted my teeth. His words stung, but I made myself start the bike. The race began. I was leading. The wind was whistling in my ears, and my heart was thundering like an engine. And then I lost my concentration. My bike skidded, and I fell on my side. Logan seized his chance and took the lead. He now had a chance to win, but then he suddenly turned around and came back for me. What are you doing?
Helping you. We're the Millers. We are a family. We don't leave each other behind. Later, losers!
Sam overtook us and won the race. Logan and I were the last to reach the finish line. We did it together, just like when we were kids.
I'm sorry for everything, Theo. I was afraid that you would take my place, but your place is right next to me. Those are my kids. I'm so proud of them.
Sam was celebrating his victory. He got the honor of meeting the national motocross champion. However, Dean had written a letter to our idol and told him that Sam betrayed his friend to win.
You know, a champion is not the one who comes first. The champion is the one who does not betray the team.
Sam ran away and embarrassed himself on live TV. His victory became worthless. A month flew by. Logan apologized to Gemma. My brother and I were still competing with each other, but now in a friendly way. I spent a lot of time with Dean. He was funny once he got used to his weird jokes. Mom finally gave birth.
Who is it? A boy or a girl?
Have some patience.
I'll be happy either way. After all, I have 3 champions now.
Children, bring me some water.
Logan and I exchanged a sly glance and raced each other to the water cooler. Dad was so happy he started to do push-ups again. Life went back to normal.
You Millers will drive me crazy.
By the way, do you think it was a boy or a girl? Let me know in the comments down below.